Peace, love, light, strength, and healing to everyone tuning in once again. Once again, I thank you on this beautiful day for tuning in. To all my divine beings, I hope you've been taking care of yourself. I hope you've been invested in yourself. I hope you've been putting yourself first. I hope you've been sleeping right. I hope you've been breathing right. And I hope you've been eating right. Yeah, we have to keep remembering that what we eat directly affects the way we think and the way we feel. Alright? Foods are energy. So always be mindful of the foods that you're eating and the energy that you're actually taking into your body, taking into your temple. Alright? For me, when I eat the wrong foods, that's like a sin. Alright? And that's just my personal thing. You know? But I hope you've been taking care of yourself. I hope you've been invested into yourself. I hope you've been opening your mind. Because right now we're living in some very serious times. Alright? So most of you might actually know right now or have seen or experienced by now that the sun is actually heating up. Alright, the place is actually hotter than usual. Alright? Things are beginning to heat up. Things are actually beginning to heat up right now. The energy on this planet is actually changing. The molecules are actually vibrating faster. Because we have to remember, everything is actually moving. Even solid objects move. They're always expanding, they're always vibrating in space. Alright? But they're vibrating so slow that we won't be able to see them vibrate. Solids vibrate at a slow rate. Alright? Liquids vibrate a little faster. Gases vibrate very fast. That's why we don't see them. And plasma. Alright? The four states of matter. Alright, so right now we're living in a time where most people will call it a shift, if you want to say. Alright? The vibration of the planet is changing. The vibration of the planet is changing. Alright? Now what does that mean? Alright. As I just explained, the sun is actually heating up, causing the earth and the molecules to vibrate faster. Alright? And we as human beings, we are actually cells of the earth. So right now we actually have no choice but to raise our vibrations together with the earth. Let me say that again. The earth is actually changing its vibration. So actually we have no choice but to raise our vibrations. You see, I don't know if you've been watching the news worldwide, but there's a lot of natural disasters happening. There's a lot of things changing. There's a lot of people waking up. There's a lot of people taking a stand. There's a lot of bullshit happening around the place. All that is because of the vibration. All that is because of the shift that's actually going on right now. And right now, people have actually no choice but to raise their vibration. You see, for years now, you've been living in a system or in a culture, I would say, that's been glorifying the low vibration. We've been living in a system that have been glorifying low vibrations, right? Why do you think when there's bad news travel faster than good news, or badness or these negative things is actually being glorified more than positive things? See, this is what the system glorifies. And we all know that the system is corrupt. Alright? The system puts us in a state of fear, in a state of anger, in a state of jealousy. You see, when you look around, what do you see most people experience? Things like fear, anger, jealousy, hatred, depression. All these are actually low vibrational energies that most of us experience, right? And that's actually what this system glorifies. So again, imagine a scale, and at the bottom of the scale is things like fear, hatred, jealousy, anger, um, all these low vibrational energies actually are actually at the bottom of the scale, right? And this is what actually the system glorifies. Even all kind of negative things like badness and all these things. So you have to understand the highest vibration there is love, is peace, is light, is purpose. These things, these energies are actually at the top of the scale, right? These energies are actually at the top of the scale. Now, most people don't really get to experience these energies because for most of their life, they actually only experience the low vibrations. Now, the world is shifting. The sun is heating up, right? Forcing a lot of change on this physical plane, forcing a lot of change on us human beings and everything else around it. Right? So now we have no choice but to raise our vibrations. We have no choice. It's either you do make the decision to change or to raise your vibration, or you get left behind. Let me say that again. You either make the choice or the decision to raise your vibration, or you get left behind. Times are changing right in front of your eyes. Right in front of your eyes. There's actually two worlds being born. In fact, no, there's actually a new world being born. From the old world, there's a new world being created. Right? And it's not just in a country, it's worldwide. People are waking up. People are making changes to their life. People are making changes to everything. Because people are starting to feel the energy is actually rising on the planet. And again, you actually want to get along with it, or you will get left behind. Right? Because as I said in the beginning, from the day that you were born, this system have been showing you that everything that you need to worship was actually low vibrational stuff, low vibrational energies. All right? But when it comes to things like love, you see, the word love, we have the wrong idea of what love is. The word LOVE. When you think of love, most people think about love as being oh, I'm in love with you, so I'm attached to you, so I cannot do without you, right? That's not what love is. When we hear love, or at least when you hear love, you're supposed to think about stuff like appreciation, things like understanding, acceptance. You see, all that falls under love. That's why we say that the Most High loves all, right? But for us human beings, we give love a different definition. But love reigns supreme. The true love reigns supreme. Remember, love is at the top of the scale. Because again, the low vibrational energies are very weak energies. That's why they are low vibrational energies. Because it's actually very easy for anybody to succumb to the low vibrational energies, to the low vibrational influences. It's very, very easy. It's not that hard. But I bet you it's actually more difficult for you to live your life on the love frequency every day. Right? It takes more work, it takes more energy, it takes more determination, it takes more strength, it takes more discipline for you to be positive every day of your life than it is for you to be negative. Because being negative is actually a low vibration. Very low, at the bottom of the scale. All right, and when you raise your vibration up, you start to experience things like love, like light, like purpose. You start to understand yourself. You start to find purpose in your life. You start to get direction, clairvoyance. You understand? You start to see that everything is actually connected. Right? That everything is actually connected. Alright, you start to understand people. You understand? You start to let go of all this ego. Ego, our next big thing amongst us human beings. Ego. Ego keeps us on a low vibrational. The ego actually keeps us at the low vibration. Why? Because where there is ego, there is no growth. So we have to act on intuition. Intuition makes us go higher. It's like a spiral that keeps going higher. But ego is like a loop. So you keep doing the same thing out of ego because that's what you're comfortable with, right? But intuition requires growth, right? So it's like a loop. You're always learning, so you're not always comfortable. You're always leaving your comfort zone, and you're growing, right? And it's like a loop. It's always going up. So right now, as I said, we're moving into a different shift of consciousness. A lot of people have been waking up. A lot of people have been questioning everything. That's actually the right thing to do, to question everything. Even what I'm telling you right now, don't take my word for it. Do your own research, as I always say. Do your own research, right? Do your own research. See what you can find out on your own. Alright, but right now is the time for most of us to start making some changes. Start doing the shadow work. Right? Start doing the shadow work. Start making changes into our lives. Because the times is changing. Things are changing. Right? The low vibrational world that we once knew is being destroyed. The low vibrational world that we once knew is being destroyed. Right? Now a new world is being formed as I speak right now. Will you get into this new world? The choice is actually yours. The choice have always been yours. Right? The choice have always been yours. It's time for people to start making the changes, the necessary changes to the life, to the diets, because we have to remember the foods we eat directly affects the way we think and feel. You see, our food is supposed to be information. Our food is supposed to be our medicine, and our medicine is supposed to be our food. This is the way that it was supposed to be. Now we are eating a lot of carcinogenic foods. Right? We are all eating carcinogenic foods, and we experience a lot of things like diseases and all this stuff. All these foods that are not giving us life. We're actually eating dead foods. So then we die because we're eating dead foods. Right? So changing diet, you will feel different. You will think differently. You understand? You ever heard the phrase, you are what you eat? You ever heard the phrase, you are what you eat? Because you are what you eat. Alright? Yeah, morning. Yeah. You are the phrase, you are what you eat, is actually very, very true. Because again, your food's supposed to be your medicine, and your medicine is supposed to be your food. You see, when we eat what the earth provides, when we eat the food that the earth provides for us, right, that was intended for us, you see, these foods contain nutrients that actually give information to our cells. Right? They give information to our cells. So these information will probably repair our cells. Or they promote growth. Information. That's what everything is. Whilst the tree is growing right now, It's getting information from the sun, right, into its DNA. So its DNA is being rearranged and changing as it grows. That's how things are. It's supposed to be, promoting growth, right? Our food's supposed to be promoting growth. What we eat is supposed to be healing us. Again, our food's supposed to be our medication, and our medication supposed to be our food, right? So right now, it's time people change their lives, change their diet, change the way they think. Remember your thought pattern. You have to control or change our thought patterns, right? Because what we think is going to manifest into our reality. Because we live in a world that's actually always bombarding us with messages or information, right? So they're keeping us in our ego state. So we keep seeing the same things. So we keep manifesting the same things. So we keep experiencing the same things. So there will never be a change. So there can never be a change because we actually always been bombarded with all these negative news, negative music, all these negative influences that are actually around us. You see, that I always say the system attacking us in a million ways. And when you raise your vibration, then you begin to stand over and see all what the system is doing. Right? You see, you're actually responsible for your own life. No one else is. Not your parents, not your wife, not your brother. You are actually responsible for your own life. You've always been responsible for your own life. From the time you can walk, from the time you can make your own food, your life is yours for the making. Your life is yours to change. Alright? From baby, we have been conditioned. We have programs that are in our minds that actually run automatic. We have habits. That just happens. So we have to basically cleanse our mind of all the programs, of all the habits, of all the traits that have been instilled in us, and try to pick up new habits. There's never been a better time to make a change. Again, there's never been a better time to make a change. The world is heating up. Things are changing. Molecules are rearranging. Alright? Right now, the time will begin to slow down. Your life will start to seem harder than it was before. Because actually the world is actually calling on. I would say the Most High is actually calling on to everyone to make a change. You think that things that have been in the dark for years is going to start to come out in the light. Things that have been buried in the dark is going to come out in the light. Right? You're going to start seeing new sides of people. It's going to get scary. It's going to get scary. It's a shift. It's a shift in consciousness. And the Most High is calling everyone to make that shift. But not everyone, as usual, is picking up the phone. Not everyone is interested. Not everyone is hearing the call, in fact. So if what I'm saying there is resonating with you, that's your calling. I just woke up, straight from bed. I actually had that calling to make this video, at least for one person. So if what I'm saying there is resonating with you this morning, this is your calling. This is your calling. Alright? Oh, it's a beautiful day out. It's a beautiful day out, right? All praises to the Most High. God is the greatest. Remember, it's a shift in consciousness. It's a shift in consciousness. Alright? No longer will the evil rule. No longer will the wicked rule, because we've been living in a system in a times where people glorify the wicked, they glorify badness, thinking that's what's that people actually think badness and wickedness is actually strength. But as I said earlier on, it's actually very easy for anyone to pick up a gun, for anyone to, to take part or succumb to these energies. But it's more strength, it's more discipline, it's more energy to stay on a positive state of mind. You understand? That's where true strength is. To keep your mind pure, to keep your intentions pure, especially living among demons. Especially living among demons. And you can stay positive, you bless. Are you mean? You can keep your mind positive. You can keep your intentions pure. Treat people right. Right? Keep your heart clean. In these times, in 2021, you can keep your heart pure. You bless. Because we are actually always bombarded. It's not the norm. It's not the norm. Positivity is not the norm. You understand? But positivity is strength. Positivity is strength. Positivity is power. Because it's very easy for me right now to say, what happened? Money I'm earning right now, I fuck up. You understand? I go and grab a gun. Go and do some madness out there. It's very easy. But it's not that easy to keep a positive mind, to keep a pure state of mind, to keep your heart clean in these wicked times, in this wicked world. You understand? That's what true strength is. Don't let anybody fool you. So again, my divine beings, my fellow brothers and sisters, times are changing. Times are changing. Times are changing. You can call it what you want. You can call it end times. You can say Jesus coming back. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. But I gave you all the physical explanation. Because first there's the spiritual and there's the physical. So the physical aspect is that the sun is heating up, causing the molecules on the earth to heat up and start vibrating faster. Right? It's vibrating faster. Right? So causing things to change and to raise their vibrations. So similarly to us human beings, who are actually the cells of the earth, we will have no choice but to raise our vibrations together with the earth. Right? But the choice is yours. And again, there's the spiritual aspect. It's what we cannot see in the spiritual world. It's what we cannot see. Right? So again, the choice is yours. Pick up the phone or get left behind. Pick up the phone or get left behind. It's time to do the shadow work. The things that you thought that would have been hidden all your life is going to start to come out in the light. I feel like I've been waiting for this time my whole life. I feel like I've been waiting for this time my whole life. The righteous shall rule. The things that have been in the dark, the things that people have been hiding, all the wickedness, right? All the things people have been doing thinking that no one is seeing them. This time is coming. Time is coming. Everything is coming to the light. Everything is coming to the surface. The ground is going to be opening up. But I ain't going to go too deep. Alright? The change is coming, people. The change is coming. It's time to make the change. Alright? Peace, love, and light to all. Remember to smile. Remember to enjoy the day. Remember, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. We are not here forever. Life is an experience. All experiences have an end. So make sure that you're living a purposeful life, that you're contributing to the art of life, that you're expressing your energy, that you're creating life on this planet. That when your experience is over, you would have already created something beautiful and left something beautiful behind for the next person to pick up. Right? Remember, the only way out is in. Peace, love, and light. Remember, we are all co-creators of our own life. So let's create peace.